Hey, as we head into the Halloween and election weekend, people need to be nicer driving, and not just for their own safety, but for those around them. And that is where I bring in my car guy, Shahey, who's there. Hey, Shahey, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning to you. You know, we come to you for, of course, car tips and everything, but one thing that you've been noticing is about driving and being polite out there. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. People are frustrated. We've been on the lockdown for a little while, then we're okay to drive. So emotions are high. So when you get behind a wheel of your car, we got to remember this puppy weighs anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 pounds. So when you're driving, you have to make sure that you have a lot of good etiquette, because accidents happen based on emotions and anger.
Yeah.
So we got to calm ourselves down, definitely.
Yeah. Our temper is one thing that we definitely have to watch out being out there and frustrated with things going on. Being thankful, what about that?
Yeah, being thankful, you know what? It's a small gesture. So if you're, as you all know, you're stopped somewhere and someone's trying to get out, and if they allow you to merge before you, they wave you, say, go ahead, be kind and wave back and say thank you, or just a smile. Because if you don't, it's frustrating. They're already angry, and they're like, wow, really? You didn't even say thank you? And it makes them all mad, and all of a sudden, aggressive driving happens. Heavy foot on the gas. It's not a good domino effect to be into. So be polite and be thankful.
So, okay, I have been known to use my horn, but not in a nice way.
That's you got to remember this horn, which we all know what a horn sounds like. It's basically a tool to alert the other driver of danger or things to wake up. Like, hey, not a tool for you to go, I'm mad because my son won't be quiet in the back, or the dog is bothering me. It's not for you to use in anger. It's there for you to let the other person know, hey, you're too slow, or watch out, there's another car that's going to hit you. It's a tool for to pay attention.
So, all right, tailgating, very important here, especially right now as we're getting ready for the Halloween weekend, and there are going to be kids out there, people are going to be walking and doing things. Tailgating, not the smartest thing, right?
No, absolutely not. It's almost 48% of rear-end accidents is due to tailgating, because what happens is you're watching the traffic flow. You don't know 5 cars ahead of you if that person's going to abruptly stop. So when it does, boom, 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 all of a sudden you're too close, you're going to hit. Make sure you're at least 1 car length away from the other person. Listen, we all know it. If you're trying to hurry and go, stop and go, we all end up at the same light anyway. So you really didn't get any farther than the other guy you were trying to pass. So slow down and make sure you give yourself 1 car distance from the other car in front of you.
Okay, I'm going to do something. I know you had some lists here, but I'm going to change some things up, because let's talk about, this is the perfect weekend, or even, you know, any time is, but to really take a look at your car, because you're probably going to be out driving. The kids are going to be out there. Is there some tips you can say, like the tail lights, the front lights? Is there things we should clean off so we could see much better out there?
Oh yes, absolutely. The one great thing that you can do, especially if you're going to take the kids out trick-or-treating and it's dark out, you want to make sure that the front headlights, as we all know, most of us in Arizona, the plastic headlight assemblies get oxidized and they get yellowy. But people just say, oh, it looks ugly. But in reality, it cuts the distance of your sight vision when you have the lights on. So a good way to do it is pull the car up in front of the garage, take a tape measure, and measure how far you can go back with the lights on, and reverse the car. When you're only 5 feet away and you can't see the garage door, those headlights need to be cleaned. So that's one thing you can do. Come in, you can get it done anywhere. There's also some YouTube videos with toothpaste. There's also sandpaper kits that you can buy from a local parts store that you can do yourself at DIY. So there are things that you can do. And of course, brake lights. Make sure that you stand in the back of the car and have someone step on the brakes and make sure the brake lights are working. Because if you are driving, you want to let the cars behind you know that you've stopped for kids to cross. If you have no brake lights, they think everything's fine and they're going to hit you, especially when kiddos are around. So
I know, and I'm going to get in trouble. I'm supposed to wrap this up, but we're going to have people walking. Can you point out one blind spot in the car so people understand that's why you need to be in the crosswalk and not crossing in the middle of the street because people can't see them? What's one little blind spot in the car?
Well, if you're in the car, obviously it's always driver's side rear corner. So I know we always turn around and take a look, but the A-pillar, as they call it, between the front door and the back door, if you don't catch, kids are running fast. That's another thing too, crossing streets in the middle. If they cross and you're kind of look over and you don't see it, so what you really want to do is be fully stopped and turn your body completely. And if you need to lean over the headrest and look through that window and visually see, or better yet, roll the window down and put your head out to take a look. That's a very bad blind spot, is driver's side left shoulder.
So, Shaheen, that's why I like coming to you. You help us out. I appreciate it.
You got it.
All right. Hey, you can find out more about Shaheen and his little tips by going to Mazvo's website. And I think next month we're going to talk to him about getting the car cold ready, because I know my heater's not working.